not just out-damaging, out-eliminating like the most of the team. You're doing that against Regnum Karia.
Yeah.
They won PMGO, they were so close, got second place in PMGC. Like, this is a team that was at the very top of PUBG Mobile Esports. The fact that Fourth Rise are directly competing and actually overtaking, we could expect moving forward here for PMWC.
Let me just add, like you're mentioning the past tournaments and how they've been able to do, like so far today, Regnum Karia has been on an absolute tear. Remember how we started the day? They ended up with the win, and they were able to back it up with the top 5 and just continue to be there at the top, making sure that they do just enough in what they need to do to actually make it to the grand finals. And if I'm being completely honest, I think that is one team that's going to be making it to the grand finals with what they have done so far. Now, I know Kalaris was picking Team Vision, so let's send it over to Barney because I think he might interview somebody from Team Vision.
Welcome back to the main stage. I've got Volt with me from Team Vision. Volt, I've got to talk to you really quickly about, you had a really good season at PMSL, right? And then when you came out of that into this competition, how were the team feeling?
Actually, it was hard to qualify to the EWC. So it's all about trust by yourself and focusing on the game. That's all.
Yeah, I understand that. Now, for me, I think everyone kind of wants to know, we've got 3 games left, right? We're halfway through day 2 of the group stage. You need to try and secure one of those spots in the finals, okay? Do you feel like you guys can do it? And what are you going to do to, like, change it up?
Actually, we will try for it, and we will fight until the last moments. So, inshallah, we will qualify to the finals.
Well, best of luck, Volt. I really hope that you guys secure that match. Those are crucial points to get into the finals. But for now, thank you so much and best of luck in the rest of your games today. Back to you guys.
Well, Team Vision, inshallah, hopefully you will be able to make it to the grand finals. One team that doesn't really need to say that, especially with the way that they've been performing when we end up taking a look at the overall, is Fourth Rise, because they're going to more than likely end up having a healthy lead. But you can see there some of the stats there from Volt, putting up 517 damage, 2 eliminations, Max.
Yeah, I mean, really good presence from this guy. Again, one of the top players going into PMSL CSA. He's been learning a lot, especially from Never Alone on his team. So he's been improving really rapidly. Initially to go into this tournament, so I'm very happy with his performance. I do think that maybe here they did go a little bit too aggressive on that fight in the southern side of that compound. I think there was going to be RA, there was also the side of Intense Game. I think they did stay split a little bit too long, which did cost them to lose a player, then a second player. They just don't have the numbers to go up against Fourth Rise for the chicken dinner. But there is a lot of potential here, especially when you think about it. You look at MENA teams, you're looking at Power, you're looking at RA. Those are the big heavy hitters of MENA. And the fact that here Volt and also Team Vision have been doing decent here and every once in a while is a very good setup for what's to come.
But the thing is, when we take a look at the overall, look at Team Vision, currently in 7th place, 48 points, and look how close all of those teams are. Now, if we
down than I want them to be. These next 3 games need to be powerful. I look for them to wake up during Miramar. Here on Erringale, it'd be an absolute bonus if they can pop off. But for an intense game, as far down as they are, I know they got to tomorrow as well. I want to see them have a good game number 4, but it's up to them to decide.
I mean, as we keep bringing up this bubble, it is so important, right? You're going to be looking to put up at least 40 points in a day in order to feel healthy, to be able to achieve a top 8 position. Everybody else is going to those survival stages, so it's not all done and dusted, but you do not want to be sat around those single digits, especially when you're entering the second half of your day. We'll see maybe if they can turn things around here or on Miramar, so potentially a map change could change that dynamic as well for Intense game. But to be honest, as it stands, I'm not really holding out hope. They've looked timid so far in their matches today. They've looked indecisive, and I need more from them to be increased in my estimation, to certainly to be compared to Alpha 7 and also to Influence Rage as well.
Yeah, Alpha 7's in a different ballpark, I understand, but still want my Americas region to continue to do well. Fireflux, by the way, quite spread. Another roster that needs to step it up. They're not too far away necessarily from breaking into top 8. However, they're pretty far away if you consider they only have 3 games left. And, well, tomorrow's competition still needs to happen, and 6 more games for Group Red are going to occur, as well as, of course, Group Green. But they are a bit split up. 4 Thrives, notice, though, I thought maybe camp that western bridge. They don't, which is going to allow APG to move on up. 4 Thrives just full send it into the zone. They're going as far north as they possibly can, passing Influence Rage and, of course, a couple of other rosters up on there. But Gamex, another roster that is towards the bottom. Now, we talked about Power yesterday. Power and their indecisiveness, not pushing fights when they need to. You see them getting stagnant, therefore getting third party, getting pincered. It just didn't go well for them. But I think this Gamex roster, I don't know, are they still getting their legs underneath? What's happening to them today?
They're just not. They're just losing fights. It's been pretty brutal for them. Obviously, they've only got 3 points today, and to be honest, there's not really too much to talk about with them at this stage. I'll be honest. They just have not been performing. Right. They're losing their fights. They're losing their engagements. And they can't allow that to happen. They need to be tighter on those engagements. Maybe, and there's several ways to it that one can address that. You can choose to fight better, or you can be stronger mechanically within those fights, right? And those are kind of the 2 ways that you can address that. And right now, they're kind of dropping the ball on both of those. They are following in the wake of 4 Thrives on that north rotation, going past the top of this observatory hill for Alter Ego up towards Stalbert. And they will not get contested too heavily here. Alter Ego taking a backseat on this side.
Taking a couple pop shots at 4 Thrives, again, who have made it all the way from Fairy Pier up north towards Stauber, potentially going even towards the shoreline, which isn't as contested at the moment. For now, they kind of hang around the area of where Alter Ego are currently at. Gamex also another team that's going to be moving up in that vicinity, but we have a shift to the left-hand side, which is going to be towards School Ruins. And so when you notice to shift down, there was quite a few teams already there, but you also have that river that's just going to split right down the middle, which could make transitioning a little bit awkward. But I am expecting some blood to be shed now based off of this transition. Teams
really committed to the north side on this one. There are only about 3 teams that stayed south, and then you also have APG and Thunder Talk on that south side making these late rotations. This is going to be great news for them, but now we're going to refocus back to those headshot hills that we just finished our last match a little bit further. So APG now going to be afforded a big opportunity to play on the south side. A lot of open ground, but you're right in terms of choosing. It is potential to go north of this river. However, we're going to see probably about a 30-70 split from north side to south side in terms of the team presence on
to maybe cut off APG and the likes of Thunder Talk, who start to move in. Still plenty of distance between, of course, but I do like the fact that Fireflux is set up as nicely as they are. Again, a team that needs a big break. This game needs to go their way. Only 3 more games